What happened with the captain?
More washed up, Tchaikovsky. I feel like a dead cat up a tree. No amount of firemen can save me now.
Well, what are you trying to say, Will?
I'm trying to say, run along, Tchaikovsky. You don't need me anymore.
They're excellent, Danny Moran. Now, 300 more copies.
Yes, Captain.
Ah, Dave Tchaikovsky. Have you seen Danny Moran's latest posters? They're excellent.
What have you done with Will, Captain?
Will's gone. Gone with the wind. And frankly, Dave, I don't give a damn.
But, Captain, Will was the best prefect on the force. During his service, he gave out more litter duties than the rest of the force combined.
Yes, Will did have exceptional talent. But his judgment was compromised by his emotional issues.
What are you trying to say, Captain?
Come along, Dave. I think we need a little chat. I loved Will like a beautiful child. You know that, don't you, Dave?
I know, Captain.
But we can't keep him anymore. Ever since that Dickinson incident last year, he just hasn't been the same. When I look into his eyes, I see a damaged soul of a zealot gone wild. He's a lit fuse on a loose cannon, packed to bursting with the gunpowder of trauma. I just can't help him anymore.
What was the Dickinson incident, Captain? What happened?
Of course, you weren't around back then. We don't speak of it much anymore. Dickinson was Will's partner, and a star prefect as well. Between the two of them, there wasn't much they couldn't handle. Day in and day out, they'd haul the miscreants and shabby scumbags into the prefect office like they were bags of scum. They were titans of law, feared by every smart aleck, with a loose tie or brightly dyed hair. But Dickinson had one problem.
What was it?
He loved his junk food. Back then, there weren't the regulations we have now. And when he wasn't on duty, he'd be in the canteen, buying some sugary treat or other. Fizzy jerks, toffee crisps, double-deckers, Rolos, Polos, hobnobs, Watsits, vice versa, potatoes. He had them all, couldn't get enough. We warned him about his spiralling cholesterol, but he wouldn't listen. What made it all even worse was he had chronic diabetes.
He what?
Oh yes, he told us it was all under control, but we did begin to fear for his health. Will started to get a bit worried about Dickinson. He wasn't looking healthy. Pasty, yellow. He was spending a lot of time hanging around Elmer Doolin. Will thought he was a bad influence. He started trying to wean Dickinson off. He'd come into school carrying bags of apples, oranges, avocados, lemons and pears. The fruit is what I'm trying to say, healthy things. Dickinson wasn't having any of it, and before we knew it, he was in hospital with 9 kinds of kidney failure.
9 kinds?
Dickinson was a medical marvel, a tragic, fatal marvel. By the end, he was in such a state, he wasn't biologically human anymore. They reclassified him as a gibbon.
What do you mean?
I'm no rocket surgeon, Tchaikovsky. I believe what I'm told. Anyway, Cotters blamed Doolin and never forgave him. To this day, his brain's engorged with hate. That's why I had to let him go.
I see, Captain. I misjudged your intentions.
Many do, Tchaikovsky. Now, go home. It's been a long day. I think I'll put you on a new rota with Andy Lamont. Try to put this all behind you, like I have already.
ever since Mom walked out, says I can get no sleep. Since then Dad's brought home 13 redheads, a blonde, a brunette and a sheep. I pray to God, oh, can you help us save us from this reverie? Shotgun westward, I blew with Alice, buried her in the deep of this postage stamp. Get what you want.
Andy?
In this postage stamp.
Andy? Andy?
I guess I've always had a kind of dull outlook. The things most people laugh at, I find sources of pain and misery. The Simpsons always made me cry. I watched Revenge of the Pink Panther, and Peter Sellers became a demon staring out of the screen. His amiable bumbling was like Lucifer cackling to me. Do you understand me, Dave?
Yeah. The first one was better. Do you want to go check the field for litter? Come on, let's stand.
And suddenly there was this light in my life. Like a firefly in a dark bathroom. My pants were down and my toilet was blocked. I couldn't flush for the life of me. There she was. Like a streaming faucet of joy. But I could never quite reach the sink. Do you understand me, Dave?
Yeah, basically. Hey! Hey, what's going on?
You can't have it, you're allergic to cheese. It's not real cheese, it's just flavouring.
Okay, what's going on here? That was a multi-pack. Where did you find that? Where did you find that?
It was over there. Over there.
Now run along. And don't play with fire. You might die.